Warning, the following program is rated MA for mature audiences. Now, with that being said, our podcast is not for everybody. There's certain things that are going to be dropped and said that you're either going to like, disagree with, or maybe even hate us for. But that's okay because we're here to give people a fresher perspective, give them a new way of looking at things. This podcast is not going to be one of those sugar cookie cutters, make you feel good podcasts. It's going to be one of those podcasts that's going to give you direct truth, honesty, and in that honesty, there might be some moments where you might not like us. We're going to give you some hot sauce. And what I mean by that is we're going to share with you things, our experiences, and things that we've went through, and lessons we've learned to help you navigate and be better in the dating world. There's also going to be some truth moments. We're going to tell you guys some harsh realities as well. And we're also going to be dropping some gems. And what I mean is golden nuggets to help you have a better and more successful dating life. Plus, there's also going to be some spicy moments. That's why it's for more mature audiences only. But with all that being said, I also want you guys to understand this is a platform of peace and respect. Disrespect will not be tolerated here by anybody. Comments that put people down will be deleted and you will be removed from our groups or social media because this is an open platform for us to come and have different perspectives, for us to agree to disagree, not to put someone down for what they believe in. Because again, you're not going to believe in everything that we say. Some things you're going to be like, nah, I don't agree with that. And that's okay. We want you to disagree with us. But we also want to be able to give you fresher perspectives where you're like, you know what? That makes sense. This is how men and women think. This is how they navigate the dating world. Because the thing is, it's not about it being perfect. It's about getting results. It's about finding the people that you want to be with or finding your one person that you want to be with. And we're here to help you do that through our experiences, the books we've studied, the videos, applying that information to our lives and getting the results that we were looking for either with dating or relationships. So welcome to the podcast. We're really looking forward to having you guys and can't wait for you to be a part of our groups and our Patreon group. Let's go. Let's get it done. Hey, everybody. This is Michael White. And this is my business partner.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Guys, this is our first time doing this. The audio's not going to be the best, but I can promise you that as time goes on, we're going to give you guys the best audio quality ever. So this is my business partner.
Hi, everybody. I'm Anthea Moffin, and it's a pleasure to be here.
And we actually decided to collab together. Oh, well, thank you. We decided to collab together because we've been friends, business associates for a very long time. And we decided that we want to give you guys our best collab together. So with that being said, we want to cover a topic that me and her are both very passionate about, that we're going to be able to share our experiences on. And the question is can men and women be friends? Now, it's obviously been talked about. Exactly, can they? Now, it's been talked about in the circle a lot. You have some people, yes, no, but we're here to clear that up for you. So with that being said, I'm going to ask Anthea some questions. She's going to ask me some questions. And I'm going to be able to give her my perspective on everything. And she's going to give me hers. So, Anthea, do you believe that men and women can be friends?
No. I don't believe they can. And the reason why I don't believe they can is because of my own experiences, I would say. So throughout the years, people who I've had as male friends, there's always been something that comes along and they want something from me. So they tried to say, oh, but I like you, or, maybe me and you should get together or something along those lines. So every single time, and I'm talking from a teenager, I mean, I was one of the girls that had many male friends as a teenager. So, and I can honestly say, out of every single one of them, they all tried something with me. And I was always like, I'm not interested, I'm your friend. Friends don't do this. I don't do this with my friends. And that's from a young age, you know. I mean, I say young age, like from the age of around 16, 15, 16, I started to recognize that every male that was in my life would try something on. And that's why I come to, as later on in life, we come to this conclusion after having many conversations with Michael. We've understood that actually it doesn't work because somebody always wants something from the other person. Now, as you can see, myself and Michael are sitting here, and you could say, well, you two are friends, but there's a difference. We have an agenda behind that. So we are business partners. So in that sense, it's different because we're working towards things together. And so it's not I like you, you like me. Yes, we like each other, as in we enjoy each other's company, we enjoy each other's conversations. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to move forward in any way, shape, or form. However, we are very much always from the beginning, we've spoken about business. So although we have a friendship, our friendship is around business too. So that's why I believe that we cannot be friends. There's always something deeper to the equation when it comes down to females and males being around each other. And another thing is when somebody says, oh, I'm going out for dinner with my friend who's a male, and they actually have a partner, it doesn't work because that doesn't, how can that make your partner feel good knowing that you're going out with another man? And you could say, well, that's just my friend. But no, he has an agenda. He's not just there because he's your friend. It's because at some point he wants to go a little bit further with you. And if he didn't, he wouldn't be wasting his time with you. If he didn't think he had any type of chance, why would he be there? That we don't speak to everybody in the world. We, we pick the people we speak to, but we have a reason to why we speak to each person. You don't just speak to them because you don't like them or because, I don't know, whatever reason, the other, like a negative reason, let's say. There's always something positive behind it that could come out, could actually be turned around into something negative. So yeah, that's my take on it. And I'm going to throw this back over to Michael and ask him exactly the same question. Do you believe males and females can be friends, Michael?
Well, off rip, to be honest, no, I don't believe that. I believe a lot of times we do this.
Stop the cap.
There's too much lying and finessing going on in the matter, and I'll tell you why. With men and women, most of the time, I'm going to say like 95% of the time, it's never platonic. Somebody ends up liking somebody. Now, unless it's been like a girl or a guy that you've known since you were like 10 years old or like 5, then it's okay. But most of the time, and again, women are very aware of this because, Anthea, I'm going to ask you a question very quickly, and it's going to be a yes or no question. How many guys have you had to put in the friend zone throughout your life?
Quite a number of guys.
Exactly. See, so it just shows that it never ends up being that way because the guy might say, or the girl, because again, our podcast is both guys and girls. The person might say yes to appease you, but then down the road, they're going to be like, here's my shot. And that's why I don't believe in it, because it never is platonic, because we have to look at the word platonic. It means both ways. But that's the thing. Most of the time, it never is. And we have to ask ourselves this question. If this person wants a friendship, so let's say I want a friendship with a female and like a dating relationship, right? But she only wants friendship from me, right? That's okay. But at the same time, she wants me to be her friend. So now we have to look at the definition of a friend. A friend is someone that pours into you, there for you, supports you, and wants your attention. You can't have a friendship without giving attention to it, or it dies. So she's still requiring something for me, or that guy is still requiring something from that girl. So they still want something, but just not in a sexual manner. So the thing is, you still have to pour resources into that. So then the question becomes is, you being this person's friend, how does it benefit you if you want to be with them and they want just friendship? So they still want to extract resources from you, but you want more. So they're getting the better end of the deal and you're getting the crappy end. So that's why I don't agree with it.
Yeah, and can I also say, it's with what the back of what you're just saying there, Michael, it's so, like, for me, it's true, because if I'm putting my time into a male, and let's say he's saying to me that we're friends and he's not, let's say I'm the person who likes him and he wants to be with, he's more than happy to be friends with me. Well, then he finds another woman. Now, all this time, I've had these conversations with him, I've been speaking with him, I've had his attention. And then on my side, I could possibly be saying, well, I'm going to continue to put my time into this person, because it could be that eventually I can get him to like me. But by doing that, I'm hurting myself. Why? Because when he meets somebody, I can't then turn around and go to him, well, I'm not your friend anymore. I then have to hear the fact that he's now met a woman, all the things that he wants to talk to his friend about in this woman. And then I have to spend that time listening without being getting upset, or, just any, like, because if you're going to get upset, then how am I a friend? So that wasn't true that I was a friend. Because if I was a friend, it would be platonic. It would be that I'd be more than happy to hear this and I would have no emotion involved. But by me secretly not saying anything and actually going forward with friendship, and then that person meeting somebody, then what's going to happen? It's going to turn around and bite me on my bum, honestly. And that's just, and I think that goes for the same from male to female. If a male likes the woman, is not saying anything, but he's getting her attention, and then she finally meets somebody, then that male has to listen to that. But then what's that male or that female getting from that? What is, what comes from that other than hurt? It's only going to be hurt, because when those people marry, where does that leave you? Like, they're married now, and you're going to be sitting, going around their house and be involved in their relationship? You'd feel a bit silly. You wouldn't want to do that. Right, Michael?
I agree with you 100%, because, guys, look, I'm going to tell you a little bit of story that, I was that guy. I did this. So I didn't know my worth and my value. So a lot of times I would be friends with females. I would hear all of their problems, but secretly have feelings for them. But because, again, I'm a nice person and I want to hear them out, and, you care, right? But your care comes from, I still want something from you. So in this space, you end up having to watch this person that you like entertain all of these guys or girls that are not you. Watch them make all these bad choices, have them date these people that are treating them terribly poorly, knowing that you can treat them better, but they want to be your friend. Because when somebody says that they're your friend, they're saying that they do not see you as a viable sexual option. You're not appealing to them. Only on a friendship level, but not on a, hey, I would build a thing with you. So then when you agree to this friendship, you have to watch them pick everyone else but you, and then they're going to come back and say, well, this person hurt me, or they're doing this, or they're doing that, and you're sitting there listening, taking your time, attention, energy, and resources to take care of, to do that. So I don't see it as beneficial. Now, again, we're never going to name drop on the podcast. Never, ever, ever. But I've been in a situation like that where I like somebody, and what happens is they said, well, I can only offer you friendship. And I said, I don't want your friendship. I'm out. And it was a shocker to this individual, because what happens is they sat there and said, you're pretty much saying you don't care about me. And I said, that's not the case. I care about you. It's just I want what I want. I'm not going to stay in a friendship with somebody that I'm attracted to and be their friend. It doesn't make sense to me. So me just saying, like, look, man, we want different things. I'm out. So a lot of times, like, we have to be very wary. And I'm going to ask you, Auntie, as a woman, why do women use this word friend so loosely? And why do they want to constantly put guys in the friend zone? And this is for men too, right? So why do men or women want to do it?
Well, I think it's because, number one, they're still getting the attention. So I think it's a big thing for anybody out there to have friendships around, and especially if it's a male and they're actually getting that, the female getting that attention, no matter what, she's getting it. So if she hasn't got anybody in her life like that, it's a way to be able to avoid as such until she finds what she's looking for, which again, and it's definitely not a conscious thing. It's definitely, I think, is a subconscious thing. It's completely not known to what you're doing. You see a lot of people, they flirt. You see, like, male and female, they're friends, they do a lot of flirting, and they think it's harmless. And they keep that person around because they know they can speak with them. They know if there's any problem, they can turn to them. They get the male's perspective, which is a massive one, because, you want to, if you're a woman and you've met somebody, you want to be able to go to a male and ask them, what do you think? And I think that's a big thing, because, being able to get that side of things will help the woman, but it's not helping the male, because he's having to sit there and hear this and feed into everything. And like Michael just said, if you turn around and say to someone, well, I'm out, then they can take it as, well, you don't care. Well, this is the reason I am out, because I do care. Because if I didn't care, then I wouldn't be listening to you. I wouldn't take my time out to you. I wouldn't put my energy towards you. So I think, going back to the question, it's literally because it feels good to the female to have a male around. And it's not thought of like anyone's getting hurt. All of those, the feelings of what can possibly happen to the emotions doesn't come into play. So I think this is where I think a good conversation about this will be communication. Communication is key to any relationship. It doesn't matter whether it's a love relationship, or a business relationship, a friendship in general, to female, to male. I think communication is so key. So if you understand from the beginning where you stand, and you both know that there's nothing behind it, but you are being so true to yourself, and you're standing to your true values, then things can go smoothly, but otherwise there will be hurt. And I think it's something that we really have to think about. We really have to take that time, look at people in your life and understand, why do you keep them in your life if you know they like you and you don't have nothing like that towards them? You're hurting them more in the long run by keeping them around. Rather than just being very true and saying, listen, we can't be friends because you like me and I don't feel that way about you. So to save any heartache, I'm going to have to go my way and you can go your way. And it doesn't have to be done in a bad way, but yeah. So, sorry, Michael. What's your take?
See, I agree with you, because see, a lot of times that's what's happening. The person ends up having to end the friendship because this person likes them. And and a lot of the times it's not like you're oblivious. You're very aware, guy or girl, that this person likes you, but you know that you can't reciprocate the feelings back, but you're keeping them around because they provide still some sort of value. Conversations, time, attention, shoulder to lean on, whatever you want to call it, without thinking like, yo, like this person's attracted to me, but I like what they give me. So it's like you want to take the benefits, and this is for guys and girls, not just guys, but you want to take the benefits, but you can't give the same level of benefits back because you know this person wants to be with you. So for me, when I look at it, it's inconducive to me. So I personally, Michael White, doesn't have female friends. I have business partners like Anthea that I talk to and other ones, but I don't do, personally, female friends. Because again, anything that she can offer me, and I'm going to make this very apparently clear and ask Anthea after what you think. Anything she can offer me, or again, because she'll give her perspective, I'm giving mine as a male. Any time, attention, energy, shoulder to cry on, attention I can get from my male friends. So then it becomes to that point of, what do you truly offer me? If anything you're offering me as a friend, I can get it from my male friends. Because the thing is, as a man, and I'm going to say this openly and candidly, and again, this is not a podcast for fluff. You might not like what we say, but you know what? It is what it is. If I have man problems in my life, don't you think it's conducive for me to go to another male? He'll understand my struggles a lot more. He'll understand my issues. He'll understand a lot of the stuff that Michael's going through compared to a woman, because she is not a man. She might not understand my internal struggles compared to my male friends, because they can give me that male perspective.
And you know, at the end of that, you won't end up in a situation where I've heard many times where you split up with somebody and you decided to stay friends because you still like each other, but you're just not working out in the actual relationship. And then you're feeling down, let's say the female feels quite down and she wants to have a chat. She knows that he still has feelings for her. And so she said, I'm going to grab a bottle of wine and I'm going to come round. And what happens? Like, I don't even have to say, everybody that's hearing this right now knows what's going to happen. It's going to end up in the bedroom, 100%, because you've been there already. So the fact that you've been in that, why are you going back to that person again? Like Michael just rightfully said, go to your female, because at least with your female, you know, at the end of that, even if you've got a bottle of wine out, you're going home. Like, okay, you might sleep on their couch or whatever, but there's nothing, it's your female friend at the end of the day, and you can have a giggle, you can have your little cry together and do whatever it is. But going back to an ex-partner because you've gone through something, again, is unfair. It's not the right thing to do. I think people have to really stop and think about their actions to what they're doing, because so many people get hurt and so many people end up, you don't realize what you could do for that person in the long run as well when you keep going back to them and they're not, and you know you don't want to be with them, but you know that they like you, so you can get them to, I don't know, some females get people to pay for things or like drive me around, and then they think that it's okay to do that because, oh well, he's doing it, he hasn't said anything. But no, and I had a situation not that long ago actually where I'd met a male, and it became very apparent to me within the first time of meeting him, or the second time of meeting him, that he was interested in me. And now because I understood that, I said to him, I'm sorry, we just cannot be friends. And he was like, but why? And I said, because you like me and I don't feel the same way. And that's not fair for me to do that, because you're going to always feel that at some point you could possibly get somewhere with me, and I'm not doing that. So what am I going to keep him around for? That's not, so that he can hear me getting to meet other people. That's not on. I don't think that doesn't feel good in my heart to do that. So I ended it straight away. When I say ended it, it was just somebody that I got talking with, and then within the first meeting, I realised, okay, this guy's actually interested in me. He'd actually expressed it, and I said, look, because you're interested and I'm not interested in you, this is the last time we'll ever see each other. And yeah.
Well, see, again, I really appreciate you sharing that story, because I also want people to understand, and especially females to understand, is we can't go around attacking male or females either. We can't say, well, men should be able to control themselves. But you can't help who you're attracted to. You cannot help that. And when you tell this person, hey, let's be friends, you're asking them to repress their attraction for you while still getting something out of it. That's exactly what you're doing. You're saying, because that's what a friendship is: time, attention, and energy. So you're saying, I still want to extract these resources from you, but I don't want to date you, which is totally fine. They have that option. But you also have the option to walk away because it's inconducive to you. Because you are going to pour into this person deeply and passionately, but they're going to date everyone else but you. So you cannot attack males and say, well, men need to learn how to control their, likeness or whatever you want to call it, without understanding that if he's attracted to you, he cannot help that. He likes you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like he maybe likes the conversations, the time, the attention, the energy, but he likes you. So I'm going to ask Anthea a question, and this is for the ladies. What if it's a woman that likes a guy and he just wants to be her friend? What should she do?
She should walk away, because that's what I've done. No, sorry, it's the other way around.
It's the other way around now.
It's the other way around. So if it's a woman and he wants to just be a friend and she likes him, then she has to make that decision. She has to make that decision, because you're always going to feel that in your heart and your stomach when you're speaking with him. And if you start speaking about other women, it's not going to feel good. And I wouldn't do that to myself personally. It's not worth doing that. Make a decision and say to yourself, look, at the end of the day, you need to walk. You need to walk away. 100%. It's just not. It doesn't matter whether it's man, woman. We're talking about emotions here, and emotions are, it's what drives us in this world. Our thought process, our emotions, and if anybody's feeling like, they're going to come to a point where they're feeling used. 100%. It's going to come to that point where they feel used, right? Because they're going to be like, well, I've kept myself around, I've listened to everything you had to say, and now you've just gone somewhere else. So where does that leave me? Well, the power, I believe in every situation, anything that's going on, the power lies within you, within yourself. You have the power to make those decisions. You have the power to walk away from anything. So if you choose not to, and you choose to stay in that situation, then you cannot turn around and then blame him, or he can't turn around and blame her, because you're fully aware and you stayed there. But it doesn't work like that. People are going to have a moan. People are going to start make the other person. It's a thing where I've heard so many times that they then hit the characteristics of the other person and start putting them down. And it's like, but it's not for you to do that. Just because you don't like them back and they like you, so, but then you've met somebody else, and then you start like putting that other person down. That doesn't work either. It's never going to turn out to be the best situation, is what I'm trying to say. You're never going to get the love, marriage, beautiful connection from somebody like, let's say, a female liking a male, the male not liking the female, or the male liking the female, and the female not liking the male, whichever which way round you put around it. Everybody has emotions, no matter what the outside looks like. So I think you just got to always be super aware. And once you are aware and you know and you're not interested, walk away.
I agree with Anthea, and I'm going to speak for ladies, even though I'm not a lady, but I have a lady on the podcast. Ladies, if you like a guy and he just wants to be your friend, leave. It's inconducive for you. Because think about it. If you're looking for a partner to build your life with and someone you want to settle down with, and you already have like girlfriends or like, you know, you have a little bit of something else going on the side, and this guy tells you he just wants to be friends, it's inconducive to what you want. Why are you going to sit down and be his friends when you have enough friends? So I'm saying like to women, if a guy offers you that, walk away. Because you have to have that abundant mindset. Like, yeah, you might miss the conversations, you might miss this, and that, but there's billions of people out there. And my thing is choose people that choose you.
Yes. Yes, Michael, you're so on point. It's so true. Choose people that choose you. You're right what you just touched on just there. It's an abundant mindset. You can't, there's, what you're missing, you feel like you're missing from one, can be found anywhere. Like, you can find it elsewhere. So don't dwell on that. When you're dwelling on, I miss this and I miss that, you're taking yourself out of that abundant mindset and putting yourself into a lackful way of thinking. You're thinking of lack, like I don't have. And actually, we have anything and everything we want, as long as we can recognize that. There's a realization of having that. You speak to your female friends, as I'm speaking from a female perspective, to speaking to your female friends, you can get whatever it was from that male at the end of the day, because the conversations and they actually can go even deeper because it's your female friend. And what you're going to do if a male likes you and you're not, sorry, if you like a male and he doesn't like you back and you stay there and then he finds a woman, what are you going to do? You're going to join them on their date? Are you going to, honestly?
See, that's an excellent point. Like, and I love that Anthea touched on that, because what she's talking about is emotional maturity. A lot of times we hear, well, I can't help myself. Yo, you know what? You need to stop.
Stop the cap.
Because, like, straight up, you're saying your emotions run your life instead of you running them. If you can see that a situation is inconducive to you, you can walk away. No one's keeping you there. No one's holding a gun to your head and saying you need to stay here.
Hopefully not.
So that excuse of, I can't help how I feel. Yo, man, you just need to stop, because you run your emotions. You can see if this person, if they don't like you, that's okay. But you need to be around someone that's choosing you. And, Anthea gave like some gem dropping moments, so I'm going to give her a, because as she said, as a woman or a man, if this person chooses not to like you, it's within their rights. But it's also within your rights to walk away and not be shamed for it. Because we see people are shamed. Oh, you used me. You took this from me. I gave you my time, my attention, energy, blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, but wait a minute. You said we were friends. So, you know what I mean? Again, in those situations, I always call those people undercover agents. They have a mission. They're just waiting to execute it.
I love that.
That's pretty much it. They're a James Bond. They have a mission and a plan, and it's not deliberate, but they're waiting to execute it. So a lot of people don't understand that, I'm not saying that men and women can't. In certain situations, it's very acceptable. If the man or woman's married and you're married, if you're both in a relationship, or it's a childhood friend, then it works. Because that person's married, you're never going to cross that line. But I always personally believe that If two people are single, 95% of the time, someone's going to catch feelings. 95% of the time. And that's a high percentage.
Yeah, you're so right. Yeah, and also just to say what you were just saying, if two couples are married, you wouldn't get your. I wouldn't say to my husband, right, you go out for dinner with my friend's wife. You'd go out as a foursome. You'd go out together. You would do things together. Because I've heard these situations come around where where one of the people was like, oh yeah, just go round to my house, just go round, my husband's home. And that person said it a number of times, and what happened in the end? That woman has ended up. And
exactly.
And the woman thinks that it's all innocent. No, especially if you're telling your friend about how good he is and what an amazing man he is, and that friend is not actually getting that from her man, or she's single, then eventually she will try it on with your man. Or the other way around.
I agree with that 100%. And again, I am going to give some harsh realities right now to a woman. Now, you might like me or you might not like me, but I really don't care at this point. Because, again, we're going to adhere to reality right now. We're not going to live in a fantasy land. We're going to come with truth. Guys don't want to be friends with good-looking women. They don't. You might not like it. You might not agree with it. But I'm sorry, reality doesn't care about how you feel. It's just facts. Because she just said it herself. Out throughout her whole life, look at all the guys she had to put in the friend zone. It just shows that guys do not want to be friends with good-looking women. They want to date them. So if you are a good-looking woman, 95% of the time, a guy's going to want to be with you. So when you go in knowing that, and, you know, if you want to offer out friendship candy, go ahead. The guy's going to take it. But at some point, he's going to say, I'm tired of this candy. I want something better.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then it's the same for women. You know, if you've got a good looking man around you, you're naturally, when I say good looking, I don't mean you've got to be this like best looking person, but it's your own perspective, however you see it, because everybody sees everybody different at the end of the day. But if let's say we've got a man who most women are like, see him and they're like, whoa, and he's your friend, he's not your friend, is he? You like him. Come on. You gotta be real. You like him. That's why you're around him. That's why you call him your friend, because you like him. It's as straightforward as that. You would like him. So if he's not feeling that way towards you, then what are you keeping them around for? Because I can honestly put my hand on my heart and say, all the men that said they were my friends and I wasn't interested in them, I can straight up tell you they're not in my life. They're not in my life. Because they've gone. They met their own women. So where did that leave me? So you was all friends with me and said you're friends with me and cared and the rest of it. But no, they were all wanting something more from me. But once I was putting my foot down saying I'm not giving that, then they didn't phone me to see how I am and what I'm doing, and because they don't need to. They just don't need to, because now they've got their own life. But during the time that they thought they had a chance with me, that's when they would give their time and attention to me. But once I was like, nope, it's not happening that way, then they were gone. So
exactly. You see, as soon as she said friendship, the guy's like, yo, I'm not having that. I want more. If you're not going to give me what I want, I am out. and I'm going to touch on this and then we'll end the podcast, and I'll let Anthea say something too. If somebody is not going to give you what you want, find someone else that will. It's as simple as that. You see what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if you are looking for a relationship, find someone that will give that to you. Why are you going to try to chase someone that doesn't want you?
And
you're still chasing them.
Yeah.
That shows that you need healing. That shows that there's something inside of you, something wrong with you. Not like something's wrong with you, like, oh, this person's messed up. But a form of healing that you're lacking because this person has said, yo, I'm not into you like that. And you're still like, I'll change their mind. I'm going to do this. And you're still pursuing them. Then you need to heal. So that is something that you have to look at and assess within yourself. So I always tell people that all the time is if someone doesn't want you, it's okay. Don't take it personally, but also exercise your right to leave.
Absolutely. And how much better does it feel to come across somebody who you like and they like you in return, and you actually come together in that relationship? It should be ease and flow. There shouldn't be this, does he like me? If you're having to ask if he likes you, then that's it. If somebody likes you, they're going to tell you. If they want to be with you, they're going to tell you. So,
I agree with you because it shouldn't be like pulling teeth.
Yeah, that's right.
So guys, honestly, girls, hopefully you took something away from this podcast. As I said, the audio is going to be 10 times better next time. I can promise you that. I'm working on that. But I also want to give you guys some updates. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and we actually have some other surprises for you. You're going to be able to follow us on Spotify soon, Patreon, where you're actually going to get paid content from us, and actually weekly Zoom calls with me and Anthea in a group. So we're working on a multitude of things. We're actually also going to be going live every Wednesdays and Fridays at the same time for you. And again, me and her are always going to work on topics that are congruent to love and relationships. Because again, to end this off, and Anthea will touch on this too, love and relationships are important, but nobody should ever be your world. Nobody. You should be your own world. And a lot of times people are losing themselves within people. And that's where they're getting hurt. They're losing themselves in this individual without realizing that they're just as valuable. So yeah, we talk about love and relationships here, and we're going to talk about other stuff that mixes in with that. But at the end of the day, we're trying to help people value themselves. That's our goal.
Yeah, that's so on point. So on point what you just said. And on that note, I want to say it is the most important thing. First of all, if you don't love yourself, how are you going to expect somebody else to love you? That self-love is everything. Do everything for you, like within you, to fulfill yourself and let that spill out. So once you fill yourself up with love, appreciation, faithfulness, and all of that fulfillment within you. Because if you go to somebody else to try and get them to love you before you love you, it's not going to go well. Because you're looking for love in all the wrong places. The place to look for love is in yourself.
I love that you said that, because guys, that actually might be our next topic, is self-love. So again, who knows what our next topic's going to be. I always discuss it with Anthea, but it's always going to be something that you guys are going to love. So look, thank you for allowing us to grace your screens this morning.
Thank you.
And as I said, the audio is going to be 10 times better. There's going to be 10 times more of value. And you're going to be able to see a lot more of us. And you're also going to be able to see a lot more content. So again, thank you for having us this morning. Anthea, thank you for coming on.
Thank you,
And
Michael.
again, I'm looking forward to talking to you guys more in deeper conversations.
Thank you to everybody. Have a wonderful day ahead.